Hey, good looking. What you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with me?
Hi, this is Amy, Chef Amy, from Chef for One Day. And this is Simple and Easy Peach Cobbler. And this is coming from a cookbook from a place that I've lived in Sweet Home, Texas. It is sorry guys, I'm working with my camera, with my cell phone. The Heaven Sent. As you can tell, it's been pretty well used. This belonged to Grandma J. My Grandma J. And anyways, we're going to do the peach cobbler, and I've broken down this recipe in the description box below with all the directions so that you can just copy it and paste it into your Word program and print it out. So let's get started. We are going to start here. We have 3 cups of peaches, we have 1 egg, we have a teaspoon of vanilla, 1 stick of butter. I am making both a cherry cobbler using cherries in heavy syrup as well as fresh peaches. Some baking soda and some cinnamon, some sugar and some flour and some milk. And like I said, all the measurements are below. I do have a 1 cup measurer, a 1/2 cup measurer, a spoon, a 1 teaspoon, and a 1/2 teaspoon. And we'll be right back. Okay, and I'm preheating the oven, which I have a little tabletop conventional oven that I prefer to use in the summertime. It takes up less electricity. And I have set it for 350 degrees to preheat. Now the recipe is actually for an 8x8. Now I'm not going to use an 8x8 because I'm actually feeding other people and I want them to have their own containers of the dessert. So normally on 8x8 you would use 1 stick of butter, but since I have an 8x4, 2 8x4 containers, I am splitting 1 stick of butter between the 2 of them, and I'm going to put those into the oven to melt, and that is the first step. Okay guys, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to take 1 cup of sugar, which I'm doing all this one-handed, so you'll have to excuse me. Put it into a bowl, and then we're going to take 1 and 1/4, a 1/4 measure of flour into the bowl. And then I need 1 cup of milk. I'm going to pour into this. I know a lot of cooks actually do this, like they have all the cups and the bowls and all. Oops, I spilled it, but that's okay. I don't see why I should have to do more dishes than I need to. So, you know, normally this is how I cook. Not normally one-handed, but it's the way I'm doing it now. And then 1 egg, which I know a lot of people say don't put in directly into the bowl, but that's just the way I'm going to do it. My vanilla, which I'm going to add now. And then I need 1 and 1/2 cup, teaspoons of the baking powder. So there's 1, and here's 2. Now you can use a whisk, or a spoon, or a fork. No real need to use a mixer unless you just really want to, but again, that's more cleanup. So I'm just going to mix this batter together while my pans are in my little oven there melting the butter, and we'll be back in a moment. Okay, so now we've got the batter done, and it still has some lumps in it, but that is perfectly okay. They will take care of themselves when it cooks. Alright, so now we have our 2 pans with 1/2 stick of butter melted in each. And I have my batter. I've already finished. And I'm going to try to do this with one hand. We're going to see how well this goes. First I'm going to try this way, which probably won't work because the spoon has holes in it. Well, you know what? I'll just use, I'll just use measuring cup. I'm going to put half of the mixture into the butter. Do not mix this in. That is one of the main things, is you do not want to mix it. It will not turn out right if you do. So I'll do each scoop. I need to get rid of the, sorry, I'm trying to get rid of the spoon here. Sorry. Usually I have a camera with a tripod, but I kind of busted it. The tripod, not the camera. So now I'm just going to pour this in here. Pour the rest in there. Okay, so now I've got about 1/4 cup of sugar. Now this really is to your taste. I happen to like cinnamon, so I'm going to do 1/4 cup of sugar and probably about a good teaspoons of the cinnamon. And mix it together in the bowl. Come over here to our pan and then take a handful of it and just sprinkle it over. Not going to use all of it in these two because I actually have 2 more to do. But a good amount just to kind of season it. So we'll be back. We're going to stick these into the oven at 45 minutes to 1 hour at 350 degrees, and then we will see what we have. Okay, I don't know who, well, maybe me, would have already have cut into this. But anyways, that being said, let me cut another piece for you. This is the cherry cobbler. I will show the other 2 cobblers in just a moment. Okay, so how generous do I want to be? I just turned it out onto this just simply because it has holes in it. And it could make sure the bottom doesn't get too soggy. Not that that's a bad thing with all that cherry juice. Let me see here. I tell you, trying to do this one-handed is really difficult. This is what it looks like. Ah, if I can get it. I don't know if I can get it with the fork or I just need to use my fingers. Just use your fingers, Amy. Okay, here we are. Nice piece of cherry cobbler. Now I can lick my fingers. That's my cherry cobbler. My cherry cobbler, I can do that. Anyways, I'll show you in a minute the others, but there you go. A nice piece of cherry cobbler, and I will show you the peach one while I finish off this piece. Alright guys. Okay, this is the finished peach cobbler, and here is the cobbler I did that is half cherry and half peach for my boys that like that. They like both of them, so it's half and half for them. So we'll go ahead and scoop some of this out. See if I can do this. Again, I'm doing it one-handed. And I just showed you the cherry cobbler a second ago. So let's get this. It's very hard to do one-handed. So I'm just going to put this on the plate. There you are. You can see the peaches in it. Right there. Then we're just going to put some whipped topping down. Because I like it with whipped topping. I don't like ice cream that much. I do make homemade ice cream. I just don't like to eat it. So there you are. That is cherry cobbler. Okay guys. Live, love, and eat. Bye.